Hello, Aiden. I know already, cause 因为你不要我被人家骂 because you know like a lot of people will be very jealous and they'll be like not fair 为什么是我为什么不是他们 so 你拿 Carrie 来 deflect all the you know hate coming my way so wow you like that's all 我跟你讲 I'll tell you okay lah I cannot believe this is happening to me you know but in a way I'm very thankful that you got considered 因为我不知道你是谁 so you did consider the fact that I don't know about you so the way that I would have been too shocked because I don't understand why is all this hate coming my way you know I kind of just thought that it was because of what happened in school and also my my beef with all these customer service staffs and all the emails that I've sent and I got found out afterwards that's why there was so much hate lah I didn't think too much about it because I think it would eat me up inside if I keep thinking why do people hate me so much yeah so that's one of the things that helped me to cope I don't try to go and think too much I just keep thinking it has something to do with the initial complaint that I made with the shop you know which shop lah then it kind of blew out of proportion then maybe because of word of mouth I kind of got a lot of backlash I just like it's just a way to cope lah because if I like think too negatively or I you know I think the worst of the situation is really bad enough so I keep thinking I think it will be even worse I think I just like try to cope and try to avoid I just have to cope I think when you're in survival mode every day is you know have to go through every single day so yeah thank you for helping me if not yeah I didn't know about you and yeah I think now my father is giving me a lot of my father is really pretending to me now he's giving me excuses and ultimately the kind of person that he is a huge letdown he's not the kind of person that I would have hoped for you know he's not a role model to you know yeah so I guess in the end it's me who is the kind of person that I hope to become and I am also not that kind of woman so I guess I'm the kind of person that I am proud that I am yeah however my father is a huge disappointment so he really disappointed me yeah thank you for being so understanding towards me with regards to the way I responded back then I think a lot of people were very very unkind and they wouldn't stop making things worse for me obviously I'm struggling already I have a very clear mental health diagnosis but people just keep you know making things worse and everyone just want to win in that situation so they don't care about you know how I truly was feeling back then they're just driving a narrative that is suitable for them to you know try to win and look good and put me down I mean all these people are not good people at the end of the day 我已经看得很清楚 how I was treated when I was struggling for 20 over years I mean it's something that started since a child I was very shy you know I think you would have already found out that I rarely talk to people it's so difficult for me to even approach anyone throughout my entire life because of my social anxiety was very, very severe so with my severe social anxiety I think it's going to be very difficult for me to even if I know about mental health in general or that there is actually resources that I can you know look for on the internet to understand my condition better I wasn't even aware of it but even if I knew about it it's going to be really hard for me to seek professional help because I have social anxiety so I mean social anxiety is you know the fear of people and being judged negatively by people and fearing the worst when it comes to anything that's to do with people okay so obviously then you know if that's the case going back to school would be the scariest thing for me most people won't even like struggle to leave the house they don't deal with anxiety before they leave the house I cannot believe that there are people with social anxiety who don't empathize or relate to what I'm going through and yet I'm being blamed for something that is so not a very uncommon disorder it's called social anxiety disorder but there are people who are so maliciously accusing me of far worse like even more severe mental condition like schizophrenia, schizophrenic, like I'm a schizophrenic, you know. So to think that, you know, like I am finally properly diagnosed after 20 over years of struggling, not knowing what I'm going through, right? And plus I have social anxiety, so it's even harder for me to open up to people and trust people. So and also my own nature is not very trusting of others lah. So yeah, to think that this is how I was being unfairly treated in school, and also everything was made so much worse. And yeah, you know, the security guard kind of, because I have social anxiety, so I read into people's facial expression a lot lor. So the way the security guard was looking at me like I've done something wrong, I felt like, you know, I've really done something really, really wrong, and I'm being blamed for it. So I'm reading those people's facial expression and body language to judge the situation, and in fact it made me even more anxious and worried that something bad is happening. So, you know, after all things I've gone through, no matter how all these people are being empathetic towards me now, it's actually very useless, and it won't make me want to be normal. The things that I wish, right, Eden, the things that I wish that I would have been more that I would have had earlier, right, on, right, before it have come to this stage, right, of what happened back then in school, was actually empathy and also kindness and friendship and supportive group of people who actually cared about me, and a warmth in my family, which is non-existent. So all the things that I don't have back then, right, and I was struggling so much, right, and I was blamed for everything, right, after I left, right, even though I thought I was trying to help, you know, no matter what, at the end of the day I was trying to help lah. So I shouldn't discount myself so badly that, you know, yeah, I think it's a defense thing whereby I just don't want people to, I just rather be viewed as a bad person than someone who's genuinely trying to help. So obviously I have this thing about me that I would try to paint myself into a worst possible person in order to not let people know that, you know, I really rather just people think the worst of me. So yeah, I can live with myself, and that's all that matters. So now the day I realized that I really don't care for people, and no matter how much they feel bad about the situation now, it's not going to change the way I feel towards people, because I mean, I also have a side to me that I just, you know, no matter how much emotions I feel, no matter how vulnerable I appear to people, right, I'm not easily moved by people, and I don't easily trust, and I don't hold on to people that obviously isn't even kind towards me or genuine towards me in the first place, right, with their intentions lah, you know, not being selfishly manipulative. So, you know, as a result, I all more like would rather be someone, I'd rather be like you, because you have accomplished so much in life, and you're really good at reading things and judging a situation accurately that actually benefits you, you know. It will help you to pave your way, you know, for your future. And that's why you are where you are today, because of how wise you are when it comes to judging a person's character and a situation accurately, so that, you know, you are not misled by all the things that other people are saying that really is very hurtful. The accusations that I'm hearing about me is just I kind of don't really want to explain lah. Yeah, it's better if there's someone who just believes in me, right? Simply do not try to, you know, tear me down with all this accusation, or like have all this kind of doubts that makes me feel like, what did I even do wrong to you for you to hate me this much, you know, like how all these people were towards me. Yeah, and even till now I just feel like nothing that any of these people do, right, will ever change the way I feel towards them now. Yeah, it takes a lot of experiences, negative experiences from all these people to really just solidify how I truly feel towards them, because I never had a I never had a positive social, you know, experience, you know, upbringing without much of guidance from people around me. I don't have the kind of support that I would have, you know, made me more like willing to trust and willing to open up to people and willing to accept people and not view them as inherently selfish and self-serving. So because of the way my belief system is with the way I view the world, right? My perception and how I feel like it has been serving its purpose lah. Because of the way I view people, that's why I don't easily trust and fall into all these stupid things that people are coming up with to try to pressure me or like persuade me or bait me or lure me into choosing all these men when I don't even care about any of these men, because they are not worth it in the first place. They're not good people, in my opinion. They are selfish people, in my opinion. So the intention, the way they do things, I can tell that they are very, very. I'm really very angry about 那个眼科的事情，因为 he's a piece of shit lah. Because honestly, he is using the fact that all these people are going against you, right? He hasn't done anything for me throughout the years, and the nerve of him to think that he will succeed, is really aggravating, and I really hope that he's really paid for it and is still being screwed wherever he goes, because he thinks that he can rely on these people that is going against you to try to trick me into choosing him is and then he's being touchy with me, which is actually making me really angry. I'm sure you know that after a while after a few times of him trying to touch my arms, right? And the one in the theater, right, was the worst. He tried to really grab my arms, and I'm fucking angry. Do you know that I am so angry? I wish that he would just 不小心摔死, and I'll be so happy. I don't feel bad for any of these people, honestly speaking. I don't feel, but I do feel a lot for those who's been really good to me from the very start, because I know your intentions towards me is really, really, really 真的是哪里有人会这么好的对待我呢? All these people are just pretending to be. You look at the, those like 那种bot guy lah, all these men who try to approach me, pretend to me that they are nice and care about me. It's not going to work. I won't budge one. I will not budge, just like you also won't budge when it comes to all these women trying to aim me. It's not gonna work on me. It's not gonna work on you. So you can be rest assured, because of the way I am, the nature of the way I view the world, there is no way, Aiden, I can ever be this happy-go-lucky, very optimistic, cheerful personality, think that everyone is on my side and there will be nobody that will be out to get me, try to set me out and put me in a bad position. Like, I will never ever trust people at all. It's not gonna inconvenience me. In fact, I think it's been helping me. That's why I'm also here today. Because if I'm so trusting of people, do you know that how many people would want to see me go down, and how many people would try to manipulate me to, trip? And yeah, so I know that a lot of things that I've done back then in school, right, it may seem as if, you're like being so self-sabotaging and you're being so stupid, and so asking for it, right, and 很欠巴 right, 欠骂 right, 人家骂我骂到很难听嘛like 有些人 blah 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 还要讲什么 thank you blah blah blah, like this kind of morally, they're fueling their own self-righteousness, but they are really they really look like fools to me, all these kind of people who are blaming me and scolding me, they feel like they're so self-righteous, they feel that sense of like the anger to just vent all their hate towards me verbally, I find that all these people are really foolish, It's the funny thing is, right, people call me crazy, they think I'm insane, they mock me, they really 很看不起我, they really feel like I'm not gonna go far in life, right, on my own, right, especially. But when I look at all these people, I find that they are really the ones who are the jokes at the end of the day, The funny thing is they think I'm crazy, but I think they're crazy, But who's really the crazy ones? Or you have to see the outcome of the situation lah. So with the way things are turning out, I think the crazy ones are all these people mocking me initially and trying to be really really like morally like better than me kind of attitude and like criticizing me. And I think that those people are the biggest fools, because even the Bible tells you not to throw stones first, and I would be a fool if I'm not going to heed some of the advice that I've learned in church, because people who likes to throw stones first are the ones that will mess up first, 连这些 very 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 basic 的verses 我都记得, and I think that there is some like there's some wisdom, you can find in even if I'm not a Christian, I don't believe in God, right, I'm not religious, right, there's certain things that are being taught in the past, right, that actually is very useful, and very helpful, so to think that all these people, right, are proclaiming that they are all like somewhat religious Christians, right, but they are the first to also judge me and blame me, That's why at the end of the day, when I look at a situation, right, I look at human nature, Human nature will always react the way that is the most predictable, And because of that, It's not that difficult to manipulate people because they're so predictable due to their own like selfishness and their own self-serving nature lor, that I will always believe in the fact that people are inherently self-serving. 没有人会这么好心的。That's why I'm trying to save myself and myself only, and that's all there is lor. I'll never say that I'm trying to save everyone, save the world. Are you kidding me? I am not gonna lie to people that I can change everything I can change your life. No, if I promise you things that are not true, right, that it's not gonna happen, that is too impossible sounding, right, then I'm the liar here, and I will be like probably like someone who is like the leader of a cult. Like, no, that's not what I'm trying to do, right? That's why I don't really care. I don't care for people who are like trying to support me or trying to be nice to me now. It's pointless because now I have you. All these mere like useless people will have no like value to me anyway, and they don't serve any purpose because they tried to steal. And I'm also on guard when it comes to such people. It doesn't matter when they can act like they have changed their ways and blah blah blah, but you have to watch out for people who will easily backstab you, right? Turn their backs on you, right? So the fact that people are like 以为我是一个很傻的 virgin, right, who doesn't know anything about this world because I have no life experiences, so I think they're mistaken because they don't understand the way I view the world, right? It's the reason why I am not trusting, and I can't just simply think that, when I go to work, right, everything will work out for me, because I will still be targeted by men that I don't like, and men that I have no interest in their advances whatsoever, and I don't even want them to try anything on me, you know what I mean, Aiden? So like my tolerance when it comes to all these men trying their luck on me is pretty high lah. And there are times where I can ignore it lor, but now I just let you handle it lah, because you have a way, you have the means to make it consequential for them so that they won't dare to come near me in any way or get close to me in any way. 我觉得那个 eye surgeon 已经死得很惨 and I'm very thankful for that, okay? Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, Aiden, I will have no issue with how you deal with my family members, so yeah, I don't ever want you to meet my father. I feel like it's very disrespectful that, it's so disrespectful of him to, yeah, so I don't want you to meet him. I mean, 不小心碰到 is one thing, but I don't know what is 不小心碰到啦, but I really don't want you to. I'm very embarrassed by my own family members. I'm no longer proud of my father. I am very embarrassed by him, so I would not want you to meet him because you're such a decent man. When it comes to your values with all these women, you don't, allow them to tempt you in any way, nor like, you're not receptive towards all these women's advances in any way lah, and you're very not tolerant of their behavior, and you will like punish them accordingly. So with the kind of person that you are, 我是不可能要你 meet 我的 father 的. It's an insult to you. I'm not saying this because I'm like trying to suck up or what. I'm just saying this because I'm like, wow, 真的 lah, please lah. It's so insulting for after all the things that he's tried to do, right, and his excuses that he's giving me right now, right. What is worse than dying? He's still alive, so I don't think he has any excuses. Nobody's pointing a gun to his head lah. So at the end of the day, right, be responsible for your own actions, not just like I'm responsible for what happened in school. I left and I don't complain afterwards, okay, or even defend myself, whereas all these people just wants to win the situation lah. So obviously those people are the ones that I look at and I'm like, no wonder 你现在有现在的下场嘛 okay, no wonder 你们这些人有现在的下场，因为你们有这种的想法和这种的态度 towards people that you think has really fucked up their life, and there's no way they can recover from this, right? Yeah, I'm glad that the way that I am has helped me I'm really glad, more importantly, I'm glad that I've held on to living, because I also don't want to die ma, like people who are depressed don't necessarily want to die, and I'm afraid of dying. So what is worse than dying, you know what I mean? So but it's not easy anyway lah, because you're presented with two options. You either end your life, which I don't want to, or you deal with a lot of the hate and put yourself in a situation far worse than your social anxiety can handle, but you still survive for the next few years to find out that actually things has been really, really fortunate for you because of Ada, you. So everything was I was in good hands lah from the very start lah. I didn't know ma, so I was fending for myself, thinking that I'm on my own. But I was already in good hands and you are already helping me so early on. So I just want to say that thank you so much, okay? Because if not for you, where would I be right now? Yeah, thank you for deciding to help me. Yay!